Okay, welcome. This is Andy Lee Graham, and I'm in the library. The word in Spanish is biblioteca, and I'm talking hablando. I'm talking with Tina. ¿Cómo se llama? Rancia. ¿Qué es su título?
Perito contador.
¿Cómo?
Perito contador es
Oh,
mi
yo
título.
no tengo capacidad para decir cosas. Okay, she's running she's the person that's administrator for the library. And behind us right now is the books. There's two sides to this library. And I want to celebrate this library because it's, in a way, I've spent my life going to libraries. I have always been an addict to libraries. Even when I was in high school, I would spend all my time reading books. I had much more value for books than I did teachers. Okay, me llamo Alish Andres, pero mi nombre en inglés. My name in English is Andy Lee Graham. I've traveled nonstop for 25 years. I've lived abroad for 25 years in 114 countries. Um, okay, Jeannie just thing, and she's a pretty intelligent person, so maybe she can ask some good questions. But what we have here is three rows of books behind us. Um, uh, how many years have you worked here? ¿Cuántos años tú trabajas aquí?
Llevo 3 años acá en la biblioteca.
Más fuerte.
Llevo 3 años acá en la biblioteca.
Okay, she's worked for 3 years here. And ¿qué es las horas de este?
De 8 a 12 y de 2 a 5 y media de la tarde, de lunes a viernes.
Okay, so there's from 8 in the morning till 12 noon. And then they take like a siesta from 2 in the tarde, 2 in the afternoon to 5:30 in the afternoon. They're open again. I haven't come at this time. I think it's probably a little more, it's probably a little, what would you say, more people. It's a very interesting library, and it's only open from Monday through Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves y viernes. Okay. Es complicado cuando cambiar idiomas en mi cabeza.
Muchos idiomas.
Pero cuando dos idiomas no mezcla. When you have two languages in your head and you're going back and forth, you have to really kind of burns on the brain. Okay. Okay, so right now, one of the reasons why I'm going live is because Rick, one of the Patreon or the members on thing, is always asking me about libraries, and he's really, in a lot of ways, wanting to go into the library like he does in the United States and does research. ¿Cómo se dice recherche? No, es de francés. ¿Cómo se dice cuando tú estás estudiando información? No sabes la palabra. Pero gente venir de Estados Unidos y busca para información local, estudiando historia. Hay una persona que escribiendo libros, haciendo muchas cosas.
Lo que ha pasado acá, durante lo que estoy en 3 años y vienen los turistas a visitar la biblioteca, se enfoca más en la historia, cómo fue antes San Pedro la Laguna. Tenemos fotografías. Fotografías vienen a ver y observan los libros, cómo están ordenados, pero más se enfoca la información de historia, cómo fue antes San Pedro la Laguna.
Okay, what she just said is they have a lot of photos, they have a lot of information on the history of San Pedro and the lake, and you have novelas, which are books like reading books like a novel. You tiene obras
literarias,
which is works. Then you have algunos libros de Sutehil, ¿sí?
Sutujil, del idioma Sutujil y Cachiquel.
Okay, they have the two local languages are Sutehil, it begins with a T, and then Cachiquel. Cachiquel is like Panajachel y San Jorge y Santa Catarina y San Antonio. ¿Y Sutehil?
Sutujil es de San Pedro la Laguna, San Juan la Laguna, Santiago Atitlan, Santa María Visitación.
¿Qué es San Marcos?
San Marcos es que le queda cerca de San Pedro de la Laguna. Aquí a unos 15 o 20 minutos que se vaya en lancha.
Pero ¿qué
Es
idioma?
un pueblecito, pero es idioma Tzutujil.
Okay, so San Marcos, San Juan, Sunana, y San Pedro, Santiago. There's like 12 villages. Sometimes they call it the 12 apostles. Es 12 discípulos, ¿sí?
So,
Más o menos el nombre es del lago. Okay, so they have different languages. So half the lake is really Sutahil. They're almost the same. These are just like African language or something. You just go a little bit different. They pronounce things a little different. Kind of like Arabic languages. There's different tribes and different things. But this is a very tribal area. So it's very tribal, muy tribal. And tú tienes, este es el color de San Pedro?
verde.
Verde. Verde es el color.
Es el color verde y la blusa es el huipil blanca, pero solo que la blusa que yo tengo es de tela y todo es verde.
Okay, so she's saying that the blouses are often white and the colors of San Pedro are green. Okay, so what's interesting is even though the languages may be like 5 different villages, the actual guipil, which is the blouse, and the, ¿cómo se dice? Falda or corte?
Corte
Corte, la corte, the
de
skirt.
tela.
The corte
Corte de tela.
is a skirt, the cloth of the skirt is a little translation of that, is thing. Okay, Jeannie's asking a question, and is disponible por extranjeros para sacar un libro?
Claro que sí.
¿Y cuánto cuesta?
Es lo que deja el fotocopia de credencial de su identificación
Se ayuda.
y me firman un papel acá en la biblioteca, sacan el libro por 2 semanas o por un mes.
Okay, what she's saying is it's free, and you can take out a book they make a copy of your like passport, and then you have to sign in the paper, and then you can have it for 2 semanas hasta.
Un mes.
Okay, you can have it for up to 2 weeks to 4 weeks. Okay, and but I did talk to her the other day, and one of the problems they're having is people do locally. Everything's free here, even for the locals. It's free for the foreigners. And yo no dice gringo, gringas. Yo uso la palabra extranjeros. I'm trying to use the word foreigners and not gringos and gringas, because like in South America, it can kind of be an insult sometimes. But it's free, and the hours are from 8 till noon, and then from 2 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. It's free, and all you're gonna have to do is think. So, ¿tú tienes algunos libros de inglés?
Son de inglés así similar lo que usan en la escuela primaria, básico.
No básico,
Solo
no está muy complicado. No
no.
novelas.
No, novelas no.
Okay, they have some textbooks in English, and they have some basic learning how to learn English and things. So one thing I'm going to keep repeating here is it would be very nice if anybody coming down would bring like 2 or 3 books. They're kind of heavy to carry in your backpack, or your luggage, but bringing Spanish books. Anybody that's watching this video that's from Mexico or viviendo en Estados Unidos, si tú estás viviendo en Estados Unidos, tú tienes algunos libros y tú tienes, es posible traer los libros de San Pedro y darse de Tina. Ella tiene mucha apreciación. Y también es posible, ellos quieren ayuda con dinero, es poco problema, ¿sí? Algunas veces para municipalidad.
Sí, para más de la gestación de acá en la biblioteca, a veces la compu se arruina o necesita que comprar otro nuevo. Entonces, en la municipalidad, cuando pedís algo por escrito, te reciben la hoja, pero lleva mucho tiempo. Es un proceso largo, no es que te dan así de rápido.
Okay, what she's saying is there's things that they need, like new computers. They have I'm going to turn the camera around, and you can see that there's a lot of computers here. So it's really good on computers. There's a lot of photos, and I'll try to turn the computer around here shortly so you can see the other room. And people, any kind of books that you would bring down. One of the great ways, like in a lot of countries, the hotels, people leave books inside the hotel and they're collected and resold. That's kind of a competition with the library. But it'd be really nice if anybody that's watching this thing that has some friends that has some Spanish books in Spanish, bring them down, and it will help the education level of the thing. I'm also trying to help talking with her about using like FB readers and these ebook readers where she could have digital books and they could put them on their computers and share them, compartir libros de digital. Es posible también. But there's two sides to this library. It's one side is the book center, and the other side is kind of like the salón de computadora. Ese es su salón de computadora.
Esos son 13 computadoras que vienen a usar los estudiantes, es gratuitamente. Tenemos internet acá. La impresión es gratuitamente para ayudar a los padres de familia, porque hay padres de familia acá en San Pedro de la Laguna que tienen necesidad de tener 7, 8 hijos, y con esos 7, 8 hijos no tienen disponible darle estudio a un hijo o al otro también. Entonces es la económica acá en San Pedro es muy baja para ellos. Entonces sí. Por esa razón la municipalidad ha ayudado a los padres de familia a que los hijos vengan a usar la biblioteca pública gratuitamente, sin cobrarle
es
ningún
mucho
centavo.
para memoria de mí. Okay, they have 13 computers, and sometimes the families can have 10, 8 kids. And so it's kind of nice that they can come and use the internet. They have the computers and they have the, the Wi-Fi. They also have Wi-Fi plus 13 computers connected to by Ethernet wire. And it's, so it's, you can understand that if you had 10 kids, how do you have enough computers? How do you have enough Wi-Fi? Es una pregunta. ¿Cuántas personas tú piensas de este pueblo tiene móvil? ¿Qué por ciento?
El porcentaje de personas acá en San Pedro de la Laguna somos 18,000 habitantes.
Okay, there's 18,000 inhabitants of this village. Pero si hay 10 personas, ¿cuántas tiene, say, por 10 personas, cuántas tiene un móvil de 10?
De los 10, tal vez tienen unos el 50%, digamos.
Okay, she's saying about 50% of the people have phones. Okay, here is almost predominantly an Android phone. Apple phone is really almost of no value here. Everything's Apple. But they have PC computers, it's not Apple's. And a lot of people mix this up in the United States because there's a lot of Apples. Apple's really a American type system. Okay. Entonces, ¿hay clases venir aquí?
En vacacional hay hábito de lectura y hábito de nuestro idioma tzutujil, cómo se habla, cómo se escribe, porque al hablado y al escrito es totalmente diferente, es como el inglés.
Okay.
Igual en tzutujil, es totalmente la pronunciación que la escritura.
Okay, so entonces, que tú dígame es 3 idiomas tú usando con clases: inglés, tzutujil, español. Pero en la escuela aprender español, ¿sí? Okay, what's interesting is the schools are taught in Spanish, and they also learn some English, but it's kind of a disconnect here because often the families, according to what level of language you're speaking, may, en la casa tú hablas tzutujil con su familia?
Tzutujil.
Okay, so in the house, she is talking tzutujil, the local indigenous language. but at school they're going to have to learn Spanish. So it's like a little bit of a complication thing because the children suddenly go to school and they're trying to learn Spanish while they're trying to learn the other thing, and they're pretty good about this. But it's sometimes a complication. It's like, would you like in the United States? You can imagine you suddenly go to a school that's all in Spanish. Your kid's 5 years old, and everybody's talking in Spanish. It's sometimes a disconnect. Okay, but to help this place is quite easy. Come and talk with Tina. ¿Tú hablas inglés?
Un poquito, no mucho.
No mucho. I asked her if she spoke English. She says a little. But with Google Translate, ahora, I often, with Google Translate, I'm going to show you this. It's kind of amazing because I use voice typing. Hello, how are you today, Tina?
Hola, ¿cómo estás hoy, Tina?
I had it turned down. I'll play it again.
Hola, ¿cómo estás hoy, Tina? Hola, ¿cómo estás hoy, Tina?
Un momento. Yo cambiar idioma. And then she can actually
Español.
habla en español.
Bien, gracias.
He speaks Spanish well, thank you.
Okay, so you can see that you can go back and forth with a smartphone. I was in Ukraine, and this girl was following me around, talking Ukraine. She kept doing this, chatting back and forth, and it's really possible. Very, very easy to copy and paste and put it into WhatsApp. When you come here, the dominant form of communication, like I called her, I was a little late, so I called her with WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a free service. It's really part of Facebook, and it's become almost a universal way of communicating because it's a lot cheaper than talking with the cell phone. There's two systems here. There's Tigo and Claro, but I have a monthly 10 to 13 gig Wi-Fi on my phone, and like I'm not using the Wi-Fi on my phone. I'm using the data or the Tigo signal. They've got two competitions, Claro y Tigo, and that makes it so I can use WhatsApp. And Tina's really good. She answered the phone. We were talking in Spanish, and I said, I'm a little bit late. I was being interviewed by Rich, and sorry, I thought I was going to be, I got confused on where I was going to do it. The signal here is quite good. Does anybody have any question that is live right now? I would really, to do research, this is probably what's interesting. This Wi-Fi here may be the best I've found in this village. Plus, it may be I'm going to change to Spanish. It's very quiet here. Interesante, es un beneficio de esta biblioteca. Este Wi-Fi es muy bien y también muy callado. Y yo tengo mucha apreciación porque es posible yo venir para otras cosas, para usar.
No hay problema.
Y yo darse propina porque cuando yo voy para el restaurante es 17 para el café. Yo pago 10. I'm paying almost $3 every time I go to Solar Poles to use their internet. And it's not as good as here. Plus, it's always kind of noisy. And it looks like I'm more intellectual if I have a bunch of books. Yo más inteligente cuando parecido libros atrás de mí. ¿Sí?
Sí, no hay.
Parecido más inteligente?
Sí.
I'm appearing smarter. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the rest of the room. And so, yo quiero arreglamos esta dirección ahora.
Okay.
She's very pregnant. Embarazado. Voy a venir aquí con su silla. See if I can get the computers in there. Too parecido. Mucho luz con la ventana, ¿sí?
Sí.
Mayor aquí. Mayor aquí. Es demasiado luz. Trying to tell her that there's too much light on this side. Okay, luckily the camera that we're recording on is much clearer than the computer. Okay, este lado tener un muy grande. If you wanted to have a meeting, there's places here for 6 chairs. Hay una mesa aquí con 6 pies. Si tú quieres hacer una cita.
Un registro. Cada usuario que se ingresa acá en la biblioteca siempre se apunta.
Okay, un momento. Cuando you enter, they want you to register and sign up and explain your name. So the other day when I came, I put my name and my thing. So she's collecting information. ¿Tú cobras de email? ¿Correo electrónico? No.
No.
Algunas veces yo recomendado si tú cobras correo electrónico de gente y tu publicación, ellos es amistad y crecer la noticia y cada mes mandar un correo del grupo y ellos mandan dinero.
Así.
I'm trying to explain that she could have a newsletter and then they could take people's emails and send out a monthly notice of what's going on. And I'm here for another month. Maybe I can help them a little bit on that. Yo tengo una idea que yo oferto. Estoy tratando, no hay letrero atrás.
No tenemos letrero.
Pero si tú quieres letrero con ambos lados,
Ajá.
¿es posible yo arreglamos esto?
Yes, nos hace correo.
Okay, I would like to, I didn't realize this was a library, and I seen a statue, and I asked about the statue. I was going on, ¿qué día es? ¿Miércoles es la Paca?
Miércoles es Paca.
Okay, on Wednesday they have used clothing, they call it a paca, which means a bundle. And on Wednesdays they had a paca, and I stopped down here because the pacas on this side of the lake are very expensive. And I bought a hood and things. I bought some stuff. I just buy these clothing. And I was sitting there talking to the man. I said, "What's this statue about?" And she goes, "That's a library." And I had no idea that there was a library right here. And I've passed here dozens of times. But I'm trying to offer with her, and if anybody would like to help out, I want to put a sign up there with both sides that would go over the street, and you could see it from both directions. We'll say, "Es posible," dice biblioteca, y la palabra en inglés, library.
Biblioteca.
Dos idiomas.
Sí, dos idiomas.
Es posible. And cuando gringo ven here, dice, "Dame dinero." I'm saying we can put a sign up outside that says library, and we can put the hours, and we can put it in 2 languages. Sí, hay 2 idiomas, posible poco en alemán y francés, el nombre de biblioteca. But really big, and I was talking to Marcos at the Hotel San Antonio where he got these solar lights, and we could put solar lighting on the top of it. But it's according to how much money it costs, right? I'm trying to arrange this. You can see, though, there's 13 computers here. Really special. And there's 2 sides to computers. The problem with computers is they learn to talk in modismo. Algunas veces la gente habla con modismo cuando chat, ¿sí? Pero no es correcto todo el tiempo. Pero es mejor leer libros. I like it when people read books because the languages have been increasing on the planet, okay? And that's because they're now chatting back and forth. The bad part is they're talking in a lot of slang, and they're talking really short in abbreviations. I remember my Thai girlfriend, she abbreviated everything in Thai language, and somebody was like, "I can't even read this," but she's highly educated. And she wrote so much that she got very good at abbreviations. Okay, this is Tina, and she's been working here for 3 years. Tina, in Spanish, the I is pronounced like double E in the word C, so it's Tina. ¿Correcto?
T-I-N-A.
She's deletreando la palabra. T-I-N-A.
Tina.
¿Y su nombre más grande?
María Albertina.
María
Albertina.
Albertina. I have to write words down. Normalmente yo dice escriba porque yo no entiendo la diferencia de. I can only understand a word when I visually see the word. So I'm pretty fluent in Spanish and French. ¿Qué piensa? ¿Cómo es parecido a mi español? ¿Más o menos?
No, está bien. Muy bien.
¿Más o menos?
Más
I
o
was in
menos.
Colombia and this girl said, "You don't speak Spanish." She said, "Más o menos." And I said, "You're talking really bad Spanish. Más o menos." In Dominican Republic, they don't say the S's. In República Dominicana no dice la S, dice refresco.
Oh,
No es refresco, es refresco. Complicado para entender. Okay, anybody have any questions before we go? If you want, inside the description of this video, there is a thing, and you can designate that the money goes, or you can probably talk with Tina and send it directly to them. ¿Tú tienes sistema para recepción de dinero?
no tengo.
Okay.
No.
But if you come down, they would sure appreciate some money for like more books. But the bigger, better way to do it would be to bring a lot of books if you come here. I really think I realized this in Africa. I was trying to do a project where it's so expensive to bring books because of the weight, but they can use digital books. So digital books are kind of the future. The bad part is they're very confusing to use. I'm using FB Reader and I'm taking notes on there, and I figured out how to connect up my computer with the bookmarks. Oh, it's complicated. But the book is easier. You can use a little marker and you do it. Okay, ¿tú tienes algunas cosas para preguntas de gringos? De extranjeros. En Sudamérica es un insulto cuando dice gringo.
Es un insulto.
No, aquí no, pero algunos países
Ah,
usan malo.
ah.
Pero, ¿tú tienes algo para preguntas de la gente de Estados Unidos y el mundo? Hay gente de Europa también.
Sería pedir mucho a una ayuda para que ayuden a la biblioteca para que tengan su mantenimiento, porque como les decía hace ratos antes de que necesitábamos, a veces se arruina una compu, entonces es muy complicado ir a la MUNI y a veces no dan esa ayuda.
¿Qué pasa con el nuevo alcalde? ¿Piensa bien?
La verdad, aún no sé qué va a pasar porque dicen que todos los empleados que trabajaron anteriormente de la administración pasada, que todos tienen que salir, que tienen que ingresar nuevos personales, pero solo están diciendo como rumores o chismes, digamos.
¿Es posible nuevo? ¿Tú tienes obra?
Así andan diciendo, pero como les digo, no sé, por el momento no sabemos nada. Hasta que me traigan un papel por escrito que yo ya no voy a estar aquí, que se tiene que quedar otra persona.
Okay,
hasta
yo traducir. Okay, they just changed mayors here the other day, and it's very possible that a lot of the administration of the city changes. So there's a little bit of small. They also changed the president. ¿Tú te gusta el presidente? Dice sí or no. Okay. Okay, you're not supposed to talk politics or religion in other countries, okay? And she's fully aware that it's better not to talk that much about the government. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham, and I appreciate everybody coming. And I know that it was complicated when I'm talking back and forth, but I'm going to have this video, and if you have any of your friends that are Spanish speakers, try to share it with them. And maybe, but the biggest way to help any culture is the energy you bring. So when you come, if you're happy, you bring energy. And I would bring me mil hojas. Yo quiero mil hojas. Yo amo este. I love the mil hojas food here. I actually was talking to a school yesterday where you could, I'm going to try to have the Alicia and the family cook mil hojas. It's a type of sweet. Very, very fat. Engordado rápido. And she's in 3 weeks. She's going to have a baby. En 3 semanas es un bebé. Okay. ¿Cuántos bebés tú tienes ahora?
Tengo 4 con este bebé, 4.
Es con este incluido de nuevo es 4.
4.
Okay, she has 4 children, including the baby in her belly. Okay. Okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. Share this with your Spanish friends, and if you're coming to San Pedro, Lake Atitlan, Guatemala, you go to the library, Parque Central, and there's a big church. And esta es iglesia, ¿sí?
Iglesia Católica.
Okay, so I'm going to take up the camera, and I'm going to show the church. And yo quiero muestra esta iglesia para ayudar a la gente para venir acá. But truly, right next door is the church. You can see the church. And so if you were standing in front of the church, if you're standing in the front of the church, this library is just to the right side of it. And if you ask for biblioteca, probably, maybe somebody helped. The tuk-tuk, when I came here today, actually understood the word library and understood where it was at. So it's very, very good situation. Okay. Muchas gracias para ayuda. Yo ojalá ayuda más y con letrero. I'm telling her that I would like to help with trying to arrange a sign because they really do, in my opinion, need a sign. And it's right down the hill from the Suta Hill. TZ. ¿Cómo de letrero Suta Hill? TZU.
TZ.
Okay, TZ. Okay, Suta Hill. So there is a sign up the hill. They have free classes in Suta Hill also, which is the local language. They're starting, I think, in February 2024. So I don't know how many times a year they have this, but I was told about the library also from the person up there. Okay, and you're right down the hill from the market. So it's a very convenient place to come. So you come the little pathway from the market, you go to the Parque Central, the Central Park, and life is good. Okay, I'm going to end the stream here, and then I'm going to stop the video. Again, in the description is information on how to contact me, and I'll be glad to help anybody to do this. Okay. Thank you very much. Life is good. La vida bella. Oh, it's the francés. La vida es buena. La vida es buena. ¿Cómo se dice en Suta Hill? Oh, más fuerte. Yo quiero. Say. That means life is good in Suta Hill of one of the Mayan languages. Tú sabes, Suta Hill arriba tener 21 idiomas. ¿Cuáles idiomas maya en el país? ¿Tú sabes?
¿Nuestro idioma Tzotujil?
Sí, no. ¿Cuántos en total? ¿Cuántos idiomas?
Son 22 serían.
¿Cómo?
22.
22 todo el país. She's trying to say, I think there's 21 Mayan languages in something like that. Okay, this is always complicated. Okay, I'm here and you're not, why not? Andy Lee Graham, hit that subscribe button and learn how to learn the world, understand the world. And if you speak a couple of languages, you realize they think different than we do. Okay, muchas gracias, Tina. Thank you, Tina.
Gracias.
Otra vez, dice, life is good. La vida es bien. Otro vez. Okay, I interrupted her, so life is good. La vida bella. La vida es buena.